Hey YouTube fans, it's me, the Story Man, and welcome back to my latest video. Today, I'm making a new story which I call the Black Striped Army. So remember folks, like my video, subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Even though the story is made by Chat GPT, but the voice acting, dramatic flair, storytelling, narration, and ad-libbing were done by a real-life human being for which I call myself the Story Man. So let's begin, shall we? No one took the scouts seriously. They're just bees! Oh. The Black Yellow Striped Army. The Black Yellow Striped Army. I'll change the title. No, not the Black Stripe Army. The Army in black and yellow. Black and yellow stripes. There we go. Laugh, Captain Haven. As the messenger, describe a valley where every tree seemed to hum. Smoke a few hives and they'll scatter. Fair point though, smoke is used to make bees sleepy. But be careful, bees can be quite deadly, especially in massive numbers, as these soldiers will figure out. The soldier shook his head. Not a few hives, sir. Thousands. The army marched away. 10,000 disciplined soldiers crossed into the green veil. They carried polished armor, tall shields, sharp pikes, and confidence built from victories over kingdoms. Against steel and strategy, what threat could insects could possibly pose? The answer waited in silence. Fair point though. These are bees, but be careful. Animals can be quite lethal and can take down humans, especially if they have the numbers and strength to do it. Unfortunately, the bees have a lot of numbers and a lot of them by the thousands. And these soldiers will figure out. The bees had no king seated on the throne, no generals wearing medals, yet every hive acted as part of something greater. Of course, every hive has a queen. If they follow one, they will all answer. I can imagine them by the thousands, lethal and deadly, especially if they outnumber you by the billions. Scouts detected vibrations from marching boots. Like that. Long before the soldiers reached the valley, guard bees returned home carrying alarm pheromones. Within minutes, messages spread from hive to hive like invisible signals riding the wind. Millions of workers stuffed the combs. Millions. These soldiers have a few thousand. These guys have millions upon millions of bees that outnumber you. Lord. If you're ill-equipped, well, bing, 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 sting. Lord. I can imagine them stinging you in the face really, really hard. Clouds of bees poured from hollow trees, cliff faces, abandoned barns, and underground cavities. Do not gather in one place, you're divided. If you're an army of soldiers, never divide your army unless you have to. Especially if you're outnumbered, that could be bad. Imagine how dangerous that is. Some swords hid high among branches, others hovered in tall grass, many simply waited. Fair point though, bees are not completely mindless. They will attack you if need be, and they have numbers, and they have work in unison. If they follow one queen, they would not hesitate to die for their cause. Can you imagine thousands of bees descending on you without protection? It's literally a death sentence. If they sting you enough, you could be dead. You can die from bee stings. Oh yes. General Arik ordered the advance. Forward! The first ranks entered a narrow pass, lined the following trees. A single soldier swatted a bee that landed on his neck. Ow! It stung. I can imagine being hit by a bee sting. I can imagine that's not pleasant. Oh, it's not. The bees released an alarm pheromone. Within seconds, hundreds of nearby bees detected the scent and rushed towards its source. Then thousands. The soldiers screamed, "Ah! Oh God! I'm being stung by bees! They hurt!" Oh yes, they can hurt. One, but being stung by everywhere? Lord, I can imagine how painful that would be. Every part of you stung from every direction. His companions tried to help, waving their arms wildly. Every frantic movement attracted more attention. More stings meant more alarm pheromones. The attack snowballed. Ooh boy. I can imagine being attacked by bees and your movements just making it worse. God, you had to be surrounded by thousands of those things. And the only best way is to run. And don't think of hiding in the water. You have to cover yourself. You'll just drown. Lord, oh Lord. The pass erupted to chaos. Those soldiers raised their shields. The shields stopped arrows. They stopped stones. They cannot stop bees. Fair point though, those bees are small. They can just hover you or fly into your empty vulnerable holes and just sting you helplessly. Your armor is like a prison now, being stung from the inside out. Good God. I can imagine how painful that would be. And here, and this sentence describes it perfectly. The insects slip through visor slits, around collars, beneath sleeves, and between armor plates. Horses panicked. Almost immediately, blinded by swarms around their eyes and ears, they bucked through wires and bolted into friendly formations. Oh God, the poor horses being stung in the eyes. Ooh, not pleasant. It's not going to be pleasant. I can imagine how agonizing that would be in the eye and ears. Lord, I can imagine you in total agony. Lines that had taken months to perfect dissolved in minutes. Archers couldn't shoot, but they couldn't see. Bees move fast, and they're really small. You have to have eagle eyes to kill those things, especially with arrows. Spearmen couldn't hold formation while clawing at their faces. Lord, I can imagine they'd be too busy being stung by bees, especially outnumber you. I can imagine how painful that is. Officers couldn't shout commands over thousands of terrified voices. Fair point though. Oh God! Oh God! They'll be panicking. All the soldiers will be drowning out their voices for all the commands. Like soldiers, fall back, hold formation. But there's just too much screaming everywhere. God, I can imagine. There's nothing they could do. Help us against bees, especially if they outnumber you. Never underestimate Mother Nature. General Eric learned the hard way, but he did this. General Eric ordered fires lit. Smoke drifted across the valley. Some nearby bees withdrew. Then the wind changed. The smoke blew back into the soldiers' own ranks, burning their eyes while leaving most of the hidden hives untouched. Oh boy. The bees simply attacked from another direction. Nature can adapt really fast, and oh boy. You had to be very prepared. Unfortunately, these soldiers learned the hard way never to underestimate Mother Nature. And we unfortunately are abusing Mother Nature, unfortunately. The army attempted retreat. Then when the second wave appeared, not from ahead, not from behind, from above. Entire tree canopies seemed to detach as fresh swarms descended. The air darkened. The buzzing became so loud that soldiers later claimed they could no longer hear their own thoughts. My God, all that buzzing, all that everywhere, and drowning out by the thousands. God, how frightening that would be. The bees did not need to defeat every soldier. They only had to destroy the army's ability to function. Messengers fled. Supply wagons overturned. Oh boy, I can imagine how embarrassing that would be to lose a bunch of bees. But then again, we had an army to lose to emus in the emu war. So I wouldn't think this would be far-fetched. Medical tents overflowed with men suffering hundreds of stings. Most recovered, but some who were allergic collapsed within minutes. Oh Lord, for an allergy? Dear God, that's a death sentence. Officers couldn't determine who needed immediate treatment and who simply needed rest. The army's organization crumbled faster than its courage. Steel was used against an enemy too numerous to count. For 3 days, the soldier tried different tactics. Heavy cloaks, torches, faster marches, night movement. Nothing worked for long. Bees are active anywhere. At night, they will attack. If they felt something wrong, they will not hesitate to attack you, so be careful. Especially if you make them angry, they will attack. Every disturbance awakened new colonies. Every sting summoned more defenders. Every failed attack exhausted the humans while the bees simply returned to the fresh hives. Though bees would die if they lose their stinger, it's lethal, but they compensated with raw numbers, and I mean a lot of numbers. They can just replenish again. If they have millions, God help you. The valley itself had become their fortress. A valley with bees as far as the eye could see. God. They would lose soldiers by a few hundreds, but they have millions to compensate. And dear God, I couldn't imagine how scary that would be. On the fourth morning, General Eric stood on a hill overlooking the valley. His once proud army was scattered to exhausted groups. Armor lay abandoned because soldiers preferred speed over protection. Horses had vanished into the forest. No battle standard remained standing. Oh boy, how embarrassing. The general must look like an idiot. The buzzing continued below like a warning. He finally understood. The bees had never needed courage in the way humans imagined it. Fair point though, they're animals. But they knew what they had to do. Each individual bee was tiny and fragile. Many died after defending their hive. But there were always more. One bee could be ignored. 100 could be endured. 1,000 became terrifying. 1,000,000 changed the battlefield itself. Mother Nature compensates with raw numbers, and dear God, you do not underestimate Mother Nature. Bees can be quite deadly, especially if they outnumber you. God, if they outnumber you. Zhao Eric, with a defeated look, lowered his sword and ordered this. We withdraw. That's it. No trumpet announced the defeat. No enemy commander accepted surrender. The soldiers simply left the valley. The bees did not pursue them beyond the flowers and forest they call home. Once the threat had passed, the swarms dispersed, each returning to its own hive to rebuild and continue the quiet work of making honey. Indeed, bees are just animals by nature. They simply got what they wanted. After they leave, they leave. They don't come back. Unless you anger them enough, they might follow you. So be careful, okay? Be careful. Be warned. Years later, travelers still spoke of the Battle of the Green Veil, not as tales of swords or heroes, but as the day an army learned that victory does not always belong to the strongest weapon. Sometimes it belonged to the smallest defenders, very small, the size of this, size of a worm or a maggot, a size of a small pebble, united in numbers so vast that even steel could not hold against them. Indeed. Another phrase fits here. United we stand, divided we fall. The soldiers were too divided after what the bees did. They were all the bees, on the other hand, unified in everything. They attack. All of them. Never underestimate Mother Nature. And that's the story of the army in black and yellow stripes. So thank you for watching my video. This is the story man, signing out. Remember, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Remember, hit that like button to like this video down there. Subscribe to my channel to get daily updates from me and my videos. Comment on the comment section below on what kind of story you want me to make, and I will make it. Any genre what kind of story you want me to make, I will make it with the Chat GPT and give it as much life as I can with my voice acting and my ad-libbing. If you do all that, this thumb will reach to the end with a thumbs up. Remember, like, comment, subscribe equals a thumbs up from me to you. Thank you again. Thank you and goodbye. Goodbye. Oh wait, before I go, remember the story is made from Chat GPT, but the voice acting, dramatic flair, storytelling, narration, and ad-libbing were done by a real-life human being, which I call myself the story man. This guy right here is a real person. Enough said. Thank you and goodbye. Goodbye. Bye.